यन्माया वशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावता वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। श्रीराम जय राम ॐ 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 जय जय राम ॐ जय राम ॐ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। We were seeing the portion of Bharatji going to meet Bhagwan Rama, where while he is on the way, different people are taking different modes of transport. Somebody is on an elephant, somebody is on horse, somebody is in a chariot, in a palanquin, but Bharatji is walking. Symbolic meaning of walking on foot is taking the support only of two things. Just like person walking takes support of two legs, Bharatji walking towards Bhagwan, he is taking support of two akshara. One is Ra, another is Ma. Rama, that is his support, that is his adhara. Goswamiji said the way he was taking Bhagwan's name was such, whatever was around melted down listening to Bharatji's Nama Japa. With that bhavana, he is walking, and Indra Bhagwan feels jealous. He says maybe he is going to capture my throne, or if he convinces Bhagwan to come back, my throne anyway is in danger. So I should do something by which his plan is spoiled. Right then, Brihaspati ji, he tells Indra Bhagwan that you should know what to do when. Somebody like Bharatji, who is such a great devotee of the Lord, he never walks alone. Around him there is protection of the Lord, and whatever you are planning to do to Bharatji, same thing is going to rebound back on you. Because devotees have that protection of the Lord, and whenever somebody tries to harm them, they need to face the wrath of Lord's anger. So Brihaspati ji wants Indra Bhagwan. He says, do whatever you want, but don't fiddle around with Bharatji. After this, Bharatji is moving forward. Any given situation, people look at it from different lens. Most often, whatever is in the mind, in the same way they interpret the situation. So people are there looking at Bharatji. Somebody says, maybe Bhagwan Rama has come again. Only thing he was cheerful. The one who has come now is little gloomy. Previous one did not have anything, came walking. The one who has come now has his whole army along with him. Then suddenly they start blaming Kaikeyi. They say, I don't know why such a person has to be born from a mother like Kaikeyi. Then suddenly they switch and say, what a good fortune. Otherwise, people like us, we were in the village where we would get to see somebody like Bharatji. Don't blame Kaikeyi. Because of her, we are getting darshan of Bhagwan and also Bharatji. example they gave, just like a person living in Sri Lanka gets to go to Prayagraj. Means very difficult for this yoga to happen, but still it happens. So same situation, they keep looking at it from different standpoints and different perspectives keep emerging. Yatha Dristhi, Tatha Shristi. As our vision, so the world appears to us. Bharatji is least concerned. Who is saying what? Somebody is praising Bhagwan Rama, somebody is blaming Kaikeyi, somebody is blaming Bharatji, somebody is praising Bharatji. Least concerned. How does he walk after 223? निज गुण सहित राम गुण गाथा सुनत जाहि सुमिरत रघुनाथ तीरथ मुनि आश्रम सुर धामा निरखि निमज्जहि करहि प्रणामा मनहि मन मागहि बरुए हो सिय राम पद पदुम सनेहु मिलहि किरात कोल बनबासी बैखानस बटु जति उदासी करि प्रणाम पूछहि जेहि तेहि केहि बन लखनु राम बैदेहि ते प्रभु समाचार सब कहहि भरतहि देखि जन्म फलु लहहि जे जन कहि कुशल हम देखे ते प्रिय राम लखन सम लेखे एहि विधि बूझत सब ही सुबानी सुनत राम बनवास कहानी तेहि बासर बस प्रातहि चले सुमिरि रघुनाथ राम दरस की लालसा भरत सरिस सब साथ मंगल सगुन होहि सब काहू फरकहि सुखद बिलोचन बाहु भरतहि सहित समाज छाहू मिलिहि राम मिटिहि दुख दाहू करत मनोरथ जस जिय जाके जाहि स्नेह सुरा सब छाके शिथिल अंग पग मगडगि डोलहि बिहबल बचन प्रेम बस बोलहि राम सखा तेहि समय देखावा शैल शिरोमणि सहज सुहावा जासु समीप सरित पय तीरा सिय समेत बसहि दो बेरा देखि करहि सब दंड प्रणामा कहि जय जानकी जीवन रामा प्रेम मगन अस राज समाजु जनु फिर अवध चले रघुराजु भरत प्रेम तेहि समय जस तस कहि सकई न शेषु कबिहि अगम जिमि ब्रह्म सुखो अहमम मलिन जनेषु सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। निज गुण सहित राम गुण गाथा. What are other people doing? They are singing guna of Bharatji. They are also singing guna of Bhagwan Rama. But what is Bharatji doing? Sunat jahi sumirata raghunatha. His mind is always on Bhagwan Rama, not on himself. This point we had seen in Dhanyashtakam also. Manava mana sadrushaha samadarshi. Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, those people are blessed who remain equanimous in mana and avamana. Mana means honor, avamana means dishonor. Adhyatmik drishti, spiritual perspective towards honor and dishonor is, seeker considers honor to be more of a trouble than dishonor. Seeker is the one who considers mana to be more trouble than avamana, because avamana can actually give vairagya. Person who is alert and mind is tuned to Shastra, whatever is said in Shastra, same experience when he sees in the world, he will get thorough vairagya. Very much possible that his devotion to God will increase. Devotion to God can increase. We should put it that way. To the one who does vichara, all good things will come even from avamana. But mana is something, if somebody is not alert, that mana is more harmful than avamana. So here people are praising Bharatji, but his mind is on Bhagwan Rama. Next chaupa is show the pious nature of Bharatji, how much of faith he has. Lot of sorrow can be removed from life if a person is having Shraddha and Bhakti. Even if he does certain actions out of faith. Bhagwan Krishna says, even if he doesn't know the meaning, depth of rituals and actions, that simple faith in his life will bring lot of good. On the other hand, he might do the best of the actions. Minus faith, Bhagwan calls that karma as asat. Any worship of the Lord, in particular he says yagna, which is done without faith, that is almost as not doing it. But an action which is done with so many mistakes, if it is done with faith, Bhagwan says that is much better than doing things without Shraddha. What does Bharatji do while walking? Teertha muni ashrama suradhama niraki nimajjhi karahi pranama. Wherever he finds a holy spot, he will go there and do pranam. Wherever he finds a pond, he will go there and take a dip. I mean, these are all the insignia or nature of a dharmic person. He doesn't look at it as water. He looks at it as an opportunity to get punya. Opportunity to, in Hindi they say, Bhagwan ko hazri dena. Hazri dena means you mark your attendance in front of the Lord. Wherever he gets such an opportunity, there he will go and do it. And while he does it, what is he asking from Bhagwan? Manahi mana magahi baru ehu. In his mind he is asking only one boon. Siya Rama pada paduma sanehu. May I get firm devotion at the feet of Sita ji and Bhagwan Rama. Result of all his dharmic actions, this is what he is asking. This is the difference between asuras doing tapasya, asuras doing dharma, and some devotee doing dharma. Asura also might have gone to Bhagwan, prayed so much, done so much tapasya. But what do they ask when all that tapasya is fulfilled? I want to become immortal. Other than these things, nobody should be able to kill me. All those things, something related to body only. But a devotee's request is, may I get pure love, which also shows that kind of pure love is attained through God's grace. Not alone, not by self-effort alone, something which is blessed by divinity. That's why that love is called as divine love. Milahi kirata kola banabasi vaikhana sabatu jati udasi. Different types of people they are meeting. Bharatji. Tribal people are there. Vanaprasthis are there. Vaikhanasa means Vanaprasthis. Batu means Brahmacharis. Jati means Sannyasis. Udasi means Paramavirakta. Sannyasi and Udasi, both words are used. So Udasi will mean here those who are least concerned about Deha Yatra. All of them they meet. What does Bharatji do? Kari pranamu puchahi jahi tehi, kehi bana lakhanu Rama baidehi. With folded hands, he is asking each and everybody, please tell me something about Bhagwan Rama and Sita ji. Where are they? How can we go to meet them quicker? Te prabhu samachara sab kahahi, bharatahi deki janama phalu lahahi. All of them very happily share whatever they know about Bhagwan and where he is right now. And looking at Bharatji, they feel they have attained the purpose of human birth. First, they attained purpose of human birth by seeing Bhagwan. But Bharatji's aura is such, they feel just looking at him, having this human body, purpose is fulfilled. Je jana kahahi kusala hama dekhe, te priya Rama lakhana samalekhe. Just like philosopher's stone, whatever it touches becomes gold. Like that for Bharatji, whoever has seen Bhagwan Rama, he loves them just as Bhagwan Rama. Whatever they are telling, Bharatji feels as though Bhagwan himself is telling. That is his bhavana towards those who have had darshan of the Lord. Ihi bidhi bhujata sabahi subani sunata Rama banabasa kahani. Like this, all of them are reveling in the stories of Bhagwan Rama, telling Bharatji what all things they saw, and whatever he is asking, they are very patiently answering. Tehi basara basi pratahi chale sumiri raghunath. They all stayed there overnight, and remembering Bhagwan Rama, they start their journey the next day. Rama darasa ki lalasa bharata sarisa sabasat. Now this desire to see Bhagwan Rama is not there only in Bharatji, but the whole group that has gone from Ayodhya, all of them are feeling the same enthusiasm, you say, or excitement to see Bhagwan who is very nearby. Priya, moda and pramoda. Priya is you anticipate that you will get something or you will meet somebody. Moda is you know that person is near, parking his car. Pramoda is you actually get to meet. So now they are in moda state. When they started, they were in priya. And when they meet, they will be in pramoda. This is in Tattva Bodha. 3 levels of enjoyment. One is when you anticipate some joy coming. Second is when that joy is very close by. Third is when we actually experience that object. 3 things. Over here they are in moda. Now how eager everybody was to meet Bhagwan. More description Goswamiji gives. He says everybody started feeling auspicious omen. It is said for men it is the right side which starts flickering. For women it is the left side. Whenever that happens, something good is going to happen. Don't take it too far, okay? This was in those times. Because I met somebody who was feeling the opposite omen. Or she forgot which side is what. So then I said, whichever side is flickering, that is the right side. Don't worry, nothing will happen. Bharatahi sahita samaja uchahu, milihahi ramu mitahi dukhudahu. All of them are anticipating meeting with Bhagwan, and they feel once we meet Bhagwan, all our sorrows will end. That is their main motivation to meet Bhagwan. If you whatever afflictions of the mind are there, once that darshan happens, he says those whatever sorrows are there, they will not be there anymore. Karata manorata jasa jiya jake. He says we ask from God only that thing whose desire we have in our heart. So everybody is asking for darshan of the Lord. So desire in their heart is to meet Bhagwan. Jahi saneha sura saba chake. Just like they have been intoxicated with love for God. Similarity here is intoxication. How a person will get intoxicated with alcohol, in that way they have gotten intoxicated with love for God. Means forgetting the world, nothing exists other than Bhagwan Rama. That is their state right now. Sitila anga paga maga dagi dolahi. They are unable to walk because their body is very weak. And out of love, even their speech is little bit blabbered. Unable to speak clearly because they are overpowered with love. Right at that time, Nishadraj comes. Rama sakha tehi samaya dekhava. And he shows them one beautiful mountain. That mountain's name was Kamadagiri mountain. Kamadagiri is also a very nice word. That mountain which fulfills all desires. Kamadagiri. Whatever kamana is there, the one who gives it is called as Kamada. Giri means mountain. So that wish-fulfilling mountain, it was part of the Chitrakut range where Bhagwan was staying. Saila Siromani Sahaja Suhava, Jasu Samipa Sarita Payatira, Siya Sameta Basahi Dobira. He says, right near this mountain, near the Payasa river, Payaswini Nadi, which is there, Bhagwan is living along with Sita ji and Lakshmanji. So until now they were having some idea somewhere they are going. For the first time they see a concrete address. I feel Valmiki ji has not given just 14 homes to stay, different addresses. This is actually a physical place where they can go and meet Bhagwan. Everybody is thrilled to see this. Deki karahi saba danda pranama. Everybody falls down, dandavat pranams, looking at that mountain. Kahi jaya Janaki Jivana Rama. Janaki Jivana Rama. There's a bhajan, right? First time it was sung here. This is everybody starts chanting Kahi jaya Janaki Jivana Rama. Glory to Bhagwan, who is the Jivana of Janaki ji. Prema Magana Asa Raja Samaju Janu Phiri Avada Chale Raghuraju. The excitement is such as though Bhagwan Rama has agreed to go back to Ayodhya. That kind of joy everybody is feeling in their heart. How is Bharatji feeling? Goswamiji gives a very beautiful metaphor here. He says, Bharata premu tehi samaya jasa tasa kahi sakai na seshu. How Bharatji is feeling, even Sesh Bhagwan cannot describe. Just like a person who has ego and lot of minus, just like that person cannot describe Brahma Sukham. Like that, nobody can describe what Bharatji's heart is feeling right now. What he means here is, whenever our aham and mama is strong, aham means doership, mama means ownership. Whenever both these things are strong, they will keep our mind in something finite. Whenever doership and ownership is strong, the periphery in which our mind can go has to be something finite. And Brahma Sukham is talking about infinitude. So you say, just like the person who has strong doership and ownership cannot talk about Brahma Sukham. In that way, even Sesh Bhagwan cannot talk about Bharatji's Sukham. Means how this thing is impossible to describe Brahma Sukham for this aham and mama person. Like that, to describe Sukham of Bharatji is impossible. In between, he gives Vedanta Upadesha also, suddenly, Goswamiji. Now all of them, they could barely walk. One was, their body was weak, but also because of excitement. Everybody is so looking forward. Every day they would cover several miles. Today, out of that excitement, they could cover only 4 miles. 2 kosa. 1 kosa is roughly around 1.8 miles. So 2 kosa, around 4 miles they could walk. They stayed in the same place without eating, and all of them, remembering Bhagwan Rama, they started again the next day. Now what happened where Bhagwan Rama is? You see the second chaupai after 225. Actually, let us chant this. It's a nice chaupai. After 225, Sakala Saneha Sithila. सकल स्नेह शिथिल रघुबर के गए कोस दुई दिन कर ढर के जलु थलु देखी बसे निसि बीते किन्ह गवन रघुनाथ पीरीते उहारा मुरजनी अवशेषा जागे सिय सपन अस देखा सहित समाज भरत जनु आये नाथ वियोग ताप तन ताये सकल मलिन मन दीन दुखारी देखी सासु आन अनुहारी सुनि सिय सपन भरे जल लोचन भये सोच बस सोच विमोचन लखन सपन यह नीकन होई कठिन कुचाह सुनाई कोई अस कहि बंधु समेत नहाने पूजी पुरारी साधु सनमाने सनमानि सुर मुनि बंदी बैठे उतर दिशि देखत भये नवधूरि खग मृग भूरि भागे विकल प्रभु आश्रम गए तुलसी उठे अवलोकि कारनु काह चित सचकित रहे सब समाचार की रात को लन्हि आई तहि अवसर कहे सुमत सुमंगल बैन मन प्रमोद तन पुलक भर सरद सरोरुह नैन तुलसी भरे स्नेह जल सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. It was still dark, Brahma Muhurta time, probably 3 o'clock in the morning. Bhagwan Rama woke up. Right at that time, Sita ji had a dream. Now again, this is another Shastra by itself, where they say the dream that we have in the last prahara says much more than dreams that we have in the previous praharas. Prahara means unit of 3 hours. So 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is divided into 4 units of 3 hours. So whatever is seen in the last prahara, 3 to 6 a.m., is considered to be more indicative. That dream is considered to be more indicative than the previous dreams. So Sita ji is having a dream at this time. Jage siya sapana asa aaye. Sapana asa dekha. What does she see? Sahita samaj Bharat janu aaye. Along with entire Ayodhya, Bharatji has come. Nath biyoga tapatana taye. And because of separation from Bhagwan Rama, his body has grown lean and thin, become very weak because of this separation from Bhagavan. Sakala malina mana deena dukhari. Everybody's mind is filled with guilt. Malina here doesn't mean impure. Malina means guilt. And it is having lot of sorrow. Deena dukhari, feeling very pitiable. Deki sasu ana anuhari. All her mother-in-laws are dressed very differently. Because Dashrath Maharaj is no more, they are all dressed as widows. Sunisiya sapana bhare jala lochana. Seeing this dream, Sitaji's eyes are filled with tears. Bhaye socha basa socha bimochana. Sitaji first narrates this dream to Bhagwan, then Bhagwan's eyes are filled with tears. And trying to remove Sitaji's sorrow, Bhagwan himself becomes sorrowful. This chaupai means that. Bhaye socha basa socha bimochana. The one who is engrossed in removing somebody else's sorrow, in doing that, it is possible that this person himself becomes sorrowful. But Shiva Mahimna Stotram, there was a beautiful line which said, Vikaropi shlagyo bhuvana bhaya bhanga vyasaninaha. Those who are engrossed in doing good for others, in that if they have to go through some trouble, that trouble becomes their ornamentation, not a defect. Vikaropi shlagya. Just like Lord Shiva, for the sake of devatas, had to take poison, and in his camphor-like body, which is white as camphor, there this dark spot is very distinctly seen. The blue stain is very distinctly seen. But Pushpadantacharya said, that is not his vikara, because it came to him in doing good for others. Like that, Bhagwan is trying to help Sita ji, but in doing that, he himself is becoming sorrowful. Then he is telling Lakshmanji, Lakhana sapana yaha neekana hoy. O Lakshmanji, this is not a good dream. Katina kuchaha sunai hi koi. Somebody is going to bring a difficult news, a news that I don't want to hear. That news looks like it is coming our way. Asakahi bandhu sametana hane. What is important to note here is what Bhagwan did right after he anticipated this. Quietly went and did worship of Lord Shiva. Asakahi bandhu sametana hane puji purari sadhu sanamane. Went and did his daily worship of Bhagwan Shiva, and all sadhu mahatmas who are in the forest went and gave them lot of respect. Sanamana means must have had some satsang with them. Means he went on doing his everyday work. There was another story we had seen in Shiva Mahimna Stotram, that whenever Lord Shiva does Tandava Nritya, the Rakshasa, for whose sake he had done Tandava, one Rakshasa's name is Kalabala. Second Rakshasa's name is Apasmara. Apasmara is the one, generally even if you see Dakshinamurti Bhagwan, the one who is below the foot of Bhagwan Shiva. Apasmara represents Adhyasa, superimposition. That Adhyasa is what makes us run around, makes us forget our own true nature. Bhagwan Shiva is the one who keeps Adhyasa under his control. Means as a Jivan Mukta, just like a Jivan Mukta, keeps that superimposition under his control, doesn't get deluded by that superimposition. Second Rakshasa's name is Kalabala. And that Kalabala Rakshasa had gotten a boon. By sunset time, he is going to eat this whole world. To distract Kalabala Rakshasa, to remove this thought from his mind that he has to eat the world when it is sunset, Bhagwan Shiva does Tandava Nritya. More symbolism we discussed in the sessions, but what is important here is that Kalabala Rakshasa represents our own mind, which is sinking down, or it is pushing us to take some impulsive decision. Right at that time, what should a devotee do? Turn the mind towards the Lord. Let him do his Tandava within, distract that Kalabala. Once Kalabala gets busy somewhere else, mind gets busy somewhere else, then it forgets whatever has happened before. So important thing to note here is Bhagwan felt that emotion of anxiety that some news is going to come my way. But how did he face it? Went ahead, did his Nitya Karma, did his puja of Bhagwan Shiva, and continued with whatever he was doing before. Giving that mind a new channel at the right time can save us from many things. Giving that mind a new channel to go forward rather than getting stuck with something else can save us from a lot of difficulties. Now, having done this, Sanamani Suramuni Bandi Baithe. Bhagwan is sitting looking at northern direction. What does he see? Nabadhuri Khagamruga Bhuri Bhage Bikala Prabhu Ashrama Gaye. There is a cloud of dust which is rising, and different birds and animals, all of them are feeling afraid. Where do they go when they feel afraid? All of them are running towards Bhagwan's ashram. Such a nice drishya, you know. Whoever felt afraid anywhere in Chitrakut, first place they would go is Bhagwan's ashram. Suddenly he sees all the birds are coming back. Tulasi uthe avaloki karano kaha chita sacha kita rahe. Tulsidas ji says, for a moment Bhagwan also started wondering, what is this? Where is this dust coming from? Why are the birds running back? Right then, few people came, tribal people, and they told Bhagwan everything. Bharatji has come along with his army. Now this point, we have seen it in different contexts before. The next few chaupais, right? It has lot of life lessons. One of it is how sometimes we might end up misjudging a situation. We all know the story, what is going to happen now, right? Bharatji is coming. Bhagwan Rama sees the cloud. Lakshmanji also sees that cloud of dust. Bhagwan Rama is convinced that it is my Bharatji coming, and he has already started planning in his mind. Whom should I listen, my father's words or Bharatji's love? Lakshmanji looks at Bhagwan, who is anxious, and he also sees that same cloud of dust. And he goes on saying left and right so many things to Bharatji. And not only recent things, he brings up all those previous things, whatever has happened from childhood. Actually, nothing had happened. But whenever we misjudge a situation, our mind connects one thread to another thread, and it will pull us in any direction that it wants. There is one prayer that Samartha Ramdas ji does to Bhagwan Rama. It's called Samartha Chaupadi. Maharashtra, many children chant it. Adults also, they will chant it just like everyday prayer. Komala vacha dere Ram, Vimala karani dere Ram. There one prayer is Prasanga olaki dere Ram. Bhagwan, out of the many things that you should bless me with, please also bless me with this ability to understand people and situations correctly. Because that is one sign of Rajasika Buddhi. This Bhagwan says in 18th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, what is right and what is wrong. Between these two things, there will be confusion. Tamasika Buddhi considers wrong to be right. Satvika Buddhi considers right to be right. Rajasic person unable to decide between right and wrong. Tamasic person very certain wrong is right. So Sattvic and Tamasic both don't have doubt. Sattvic person very confident, Tamasic person very confident. Rajasic person is in between, getting confused. That is why before starting anything, we seek the blessings of Bhagwan Ganesha. Gana means group. Isha means Lord. The one who is Lord of group of sense organs. Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, which also includes our mind. So the prayer to Bhagwan Ganesha is, may my Jnanendriyas do their functions well. Means may they bring the input from the world in the right way, without any defects. Then mind has to process it. May my mind process things also correctly. And Karmendriyas have to respond. Organs of action have to respond. May these Karmendriyas respond also properly. Perception, processing, response. PPR. All three have to be thorough. That is our prayer to Bhagwan Ganesha. Because if you notice here, perception happened of that cloud for Bhagwan Rama also and Lakshmanji also. But the processing which happened was very different for Lakshmanji. He starts feeling Bharatji has come to finish Bhagwan Rama, finish Lakshmanji, finish Sita ji. And he gives examples also. He says, Runa and enemy, debt and enemy should not be spared. Everything should be finished. We should not spare anything. He says like that, Bharatji has come to finish Bhagwan Rama so that he doesn't have any enemies. This is all Lakshmanji is thinking. And he gives different reasons and everything. Long description is there. But one good thing is, he would say whatever he has to say, but he would do only that what Bhagwan Rama wants him to do. That is the good thing about a devotee. In fact, sadhakas will be on this path only. Our judgment might be wrong several places. But whenever we are able to correct it, we don't hesitate to go back to what is right. So that is this portion where different facets are shown. And the prayer to Lord is, may we understand things in the right way. May we put forth effort to understand in the right way, and may God's grace reveal things in the right way. Sunata sumangala baina mana pramoda tana pulaka bhara. Listening to this, Bhagwan Rama is very happy. Sarada saroruhanena tulasi bhare saneha jala. And Bhagwan Rama, his eyes are filled with tears, just knowing that Bharatji is on his way to meet him. Bahuri socha basa bhay siya ravano. But now he has started to think in his mind, unable to decide. Karana kavana bharata agavano. He says, what could be the reason because of which Bharatji is coming to meet me? Eka ai asa kaha bahuri. Right at that time, somebody comes and tells, he is coming with his army. So Bhagwan understands, he is coming for Raj Tilak. Sena sanga chaturangana thori. He is coming along with his Chaturanga Sena. Chaturanga Sena means there are 4 different facets to that army. First thing is there should be chariots. Second is elephants. Third, horses. Fourth is foot soldiers. In chess we have camel, right? Instead of camel they have the chariot. Elephant is also there. Horse is also there. Foot soldiers are also there. Chaturangi Sena it is. All of them are coming. So suni Ramahi bha ati socho. Listening to that, Bhagwan got even more contemplative. Started thinking. Ita pitu bacha, ita bandhu sakocho. He says, on one hand is my father's words, and another hand is Bharatji's love. What should I do and what should I give more importance to right now? Bharata subhavu samuji mana mahi. Bhagwan also knows Bharatji's nature. He says he has come here to give this kingdom to me. He is not going to sit on the throne. Goswamiji writes a very nice line, Prabhu Chitta Hita Titi Pavata Nahi. That Bhagwan on whom the whole world meditates and finds peace of mind, single pointedness of mind, that Bhagwan's mind today got restless and it was unable to decide what should it do. Prabhu Chitta, God's mind, Hita Tithi Pavata Nahi. Thinking about the well-being of both people, it could not find a place to rest. Samadhana tava bhayah jane, bharatu kahe, mahu sadhu sayane. How does Bhagwan convince himself when he is in doubt? If he was in Ayodhya, there would have been Vasishtha Maharshi, so many other ministers are there. He could have asked. He says, here I myself have to resolve. So he goes within and he says, I know Bharatji's nature. First of all, he has trust in my words. It means whatever I tell him, he will do. And secondly, he is a nice person. Means his swabhava is very good. He will not do anything illogical. Samadhana taba bhayah jane, bharatu kahe manu sadhu sayane. Sadhu sayane means good-natured person. And at the same time, he will listen to what I tell him. Lakhana lakheu prabhu hrudaya khabaru. Right at this time, Lakshmanji notices Bhagwan is getting little anxious. Kahata samaya samaniti bicharu. Right at that time, Lakshmanji starts saying something which is according to dharma only. In the beginning, he speaks according to dharma, but right in between, he switches. Now it's very interesting. Two devotees of the Lord. One is Bharatji, second is Lakshmanji. Both of them have so much of love. You know, this love, in the beginning, it starts with seeking some kind of security. Even if you say love for Bhagwan, the beginning portion of that love starts with seeking some kind of security. Culmination of that love is in sacrifice. Culmination of that love is in sacrifice, which Lakshmanji is willing to do. Bharatji is willing to do. That is their paripakva bhakti, ripened form of devotion. How were they able to come to this point? They were able to come to this point because of their feeling of oneness. In Sanskrit, the word is tadatmya. Tat eva atma. Bhagwan and devotee, between these two, they don't feel any separation. So whatever Bharatji wants, that Bhagwan knows. What Bhagwan wants, that Bharatji knows. And until this point, Bhagwan has not verbally said anything. But Lakshmanji understands what Bhagwan is thinking. That is a result of minds being tuned. Wherever there is this tadatmya, without saying much, we can understand the other person. What is the main ingredient in tadatmya? Aham should be low and premaspada should be pradhana. Ahankara or ego is low, very mellowed down, and the person or that altar where is having this tadatmya, that person should be more important. If ahankara is more important and premaspada, that altar to which we want to build tadatmya, is there for namesake, then that bond is not built. So Bhagwan is his altar, and that altar is pradhana. Pradhana means important, priority. And his own aham, for him it is unimportant. So you'll notice both these things in Bharatji and Lakshmanji. So for them, Bhagwan is Pradhana. And their own Aham is almost nothing in front of the Lord. That Tadatmya, now Lakshmanji is showing in a very different way. He says, generally, Bina Puche Kachu Kahau Gosai. He says, generally, I am in your seva. So without you asking, I should not give advice. But he says, there are some times where if a sevaka gives advice without being asked, it is not considered as something rude. Sevako samaya na dhita dithai. If at certain times, if sevaka gives advice, it is okay. It is not considered as inappropriate. Then he praises Bhagwan. Tuma sarvagya, siromani swami. You are all-knowing and you are the Lord of the universe. Apani samuji kahu anugami. And you are the one who feels oneness with everybody. You are that Lord. Nata suruda. You are very kind-hearted. Suti saralachita. And your mind is very, very pure, very straightforward you are. Sila saneha nidhana. You are the abode of all good virtues and qualities. Sabapara priti pratiti jiya. You love everybody. You don't have enmity with anybody. Janiya apu saman. I don't know of anybody like you. Means you are exceptional when it comes to all these qualities. Bhagwan, you don't understand. All of these are true for you because you are Shiva. You are Ishvara. But conditions of Jiva is very different. Vishay Jiva Payi Prabhutayi. Jivas are such, whenever they get power, they get intoxicated by that power and that power dilutes them. Moda moha basa hohi janai. They become deluded with that power, what they should do, what they should not do. This viveka they lose. Bharatu niti rata sadhu sujana. I agree that Bharatji is very dharmic person. He knows what to do. Noble person he is, pious person. Prabhupada premu sakala jagu jana. Also his love for your lotus feet, whole world knows. Until now he was very measured in his speech. Teu aju Ramapada pai. Same Bharatji, today he has gotten Ramapada, means the throne of Ayodhya. Chale dharma mara jada mithai. He has started off from Ayodhya, letting go of all dharma and whatever rules and bounds should be followed. Here there is a very subtle point about how our mind works. It is said one of the most effective ways to control anger is by controlling speech. If a person is able to control speech, that person can very well control anger. If he is not mindful about speech, then controlling anger becomes almost impossible. So until this point, Lakshmanji is very nicely, with lot of measured words, is describing Bharatji. But you notice right after this, he uses very harsh words. So many commentators, they write, no matter what happens, the bottle cap should always be closed. He says, what is that cap? Vani. Speech. As long as speech is in control, mind can be controlled. In fact, that is called as damaha. Controlling mind is shamaha. Controlling speech is damaha. And both are interlinked. Somebody might argue, if mind is agitated, what is the point in controlling speech? You might as well say what you want to say instead of keeping it inside. Vedantic perspective is very different. They say damaha is that which regulates our vyavahara, regulates our transaction. As long as transaction is good, mind can be corrected in due course of time. If transaction is spoiled, we have to work on mind and the world outside. So you see, right after this point, Bharatji, Lakshmanji, who called Bharatji as Sushila, one who had so much of good virtues and qualities, he says, Kutila Kubandhu Kuavasaru Taki. He says he is a wicked person. He is a bad brother, Kubandhu. And looking at the inopportune time, he has come to attack us. Jani Rama Banabasa Ekaki. He thinks Bhagwan is helpless in this forest. That is why he has come to attack you at this point. Kari Kumantru Manasaji Samaju. He has played this evil trick on all of us, and he has brought whole Ayodhya with him. Aye Kaira Akantaka Raju. He has come so that he can finish all his enemies and become the undisputed king of Ayodhya. Koti Prakara Kalapi Kutilai Aye Dala Batori Do Bhai. They have already made all strategies. Bharatji and Chitrakut, they have come here to implement all those strategies now. Jaujiya hotina kapata kuchali, kehi so hati ratha baji gajali. If he didn't have deceit in his heart, tell me, why would he bring all this army? Why would he bring all these elephants, horses? He has definitely come here to attack us. This is the processing part. Same dust of cloud, both saw. But what Bhagwan Rama understood, what Lakshmanji understands, both are different. Bharata hi dosu deik o jaye, jaga bairiya raja padu paye. Says there is no point in giving blame to Bharatji, because whoever gets this power, kingdom, their mind gets corrupted because of this power. Then he gives different examples. He says all these people, whenever they got power, they got corrupted. Who are those people? He says moon. Once he became moon, he also did some mistake because of his position. Then Nahusha Raja. There were Brahmanas sitting. Once he became the king, he went and sat in their palanquin. He says whoever gets power gets intoxicated. Then he gives example of Raja Vena from Srimad Bhagavatam. He also did lot of havoc, created lot of havoc. He says this is what happens with power and position. Then Sahasrabahu, few other examples he gives. Then he says, Ripurina Ranchana Rakhabako. Enemy and Rina. Ripu means enemy, Rina means debt. He says one should not spare even a little bit. Finish both of them completely. This is all Rajaniti, political science. Out of everything, he has committed one mistake, Bharatji. What is that mistake? Nidare Rama Jani Asahai. He considered Bhagwan Rama as another helpless person who is in the forest, not having any support. He says, today he will see your angry face. When you go to fight this battle, today he will see how you are not helpless. You have me with you. Both of us will go and finish the whole army. Then Goswamiji says, until now was Dharma Rasa. Now suddenly Veera Rasa starts coming. And Lakshmanji goes on saying different things. He says, even dust is better than living life like me. Because he says, if you kick dust, that dust will rise and enter the ice. He says, I have been kicked for so long, and how long should I keep forbearing? Kicked by whom? Kicked by Bharatji. He says, all different things that he has done, it is not appropriate. Means we were sent to the forest. Everything he connects back, and all those things he says. He says, I'm going to teach him a lesson, and both brothers are going to sleep in the battlefield. Means I'm going to finish both of them. Like this he says everything. Finally there is one Akashvani that happens. after 230th Doha, second chaupai. और फर्स्ट चौपाई सेकेंड लाइन, तात प्रताप प्रभाव तुम्हारा को कही सकई को जान निहारा. This is Lakshman ji, who doesn't know your power? You are so pure hearted and you are also very powerful. अनुचित उचित काजु किचु हो समुझि करिय भला कह सब को. Wise people say you should always think and act. What is right and what is wrong. Whatever you do in haste, you will always end up regretting for it later. Sahasa kari pache pachitahi. You want to go and attack them, even if you do. If it turns out to be the wrong decision, whatever you have taken in haste, that decision you will come to regret. Kahahi Veda Buddha te Buddha nahi. All Vedas, they say, actions taken in haste without thinking, it is not the right way to live life. Lakshmanji feels a little bit guilty of having said so many things, listening to that Akashvani. Bhagwan Rama's response is so beautiful. Rama siya sadara sanamane. Bhagwan doesn't scold him. In fact, he acknowledges the emotion with which he has said all these things. How to keep our own emotion, how to keep others' emotions, that we have to learn from Bhagwan Rama. He knows Lakshmanji is not saying those things out of hatred. Rather, he is saying those things out of love for Bhagwan Rama. So he acknowledges it. Sita ji also acknowledges. Rama siya sadara sanamane. He says, one brother of mine is showing his love for Raj Tilak. Another brother of mine is showing his love to sacrifice his life for my sake. Then very lovingly he explains to him, Jo achavata nrupa matahi tehi nahina sadhu sabajahi sehi. He says, Lakshmanji, whatever you said is right. Power does corrupt. Whoever becomes powerful, that intoxication gets to them. But it is only for that person who has not done satsang. Person who has not done satsang and gets power, that person gets deluded. Not Bharatji. Sunahu lakhana bhala bharata sarisa bidi prapancha maha sunana disa. In this whole universe, there is nobody like Bharatji. His love is so pure. Even if he gets the position of Brahmaji, Bhagwan Vishnu or Maheshwara, still his mind will not get deluded. Remember, Bharatji had said, whole world might doubt me, but Bhagwan Rama will not doubt. Last line he says, if you squeeze a lemon in Kshira Sagara, milky ocean, that milky ocean will not go bad. Like that, Bharatji's love, his qualities are like that milky ocean. And this throne he has gotten is like that lemon. Because of this one throne, he is not going to get deluded. Impossible might become possible, but Bharatji's love will remain the same. So in a few chaupais, they are going to go and meet. We will take a break for a few weeks. I'll be traveling since this weekend. So we won't have class in later part of December. Starting from next Wednesday, we won't have classes. January 9th through 13th is Swami Ishwaranandaji's yagna in Fremont. Please do mark the dates and make yourself available. We'll continue with Ramcharitmanas the Wednesday after that, which is the 17th of January. Until then, see you all next year. Aganita Gunagana Bhushana Rama Ashrita Vatsala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhyawasi Sita Rama Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama दशरथ नंदन श्री राम दशमुख मर्दन जय जय राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम कामित फलदा जय जय राम पाप विमोचन श्री राम पट्टाभिराम जय जय राम जानकी वल्लभ सीता राम जय रघुराम जय सीताराम वानर सेवित श्री राम वारिधि बंधन जय जय राम हनुमत पूजित सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।